Oh, 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 Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् प्रज्ञानां सुप्रतानैः स्थिरचरनिकर व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भोक्त्वा भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पुनरपि कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुङ् मायया भोजयन्नः मायासङ्ख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि यो विश्वात्मा विधिजविषयान् प्रास्य भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् स्वमतिविभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणः पात्वसो नस्तुरीयः पात्वसो नस्तुरीयः Vedanta, the main message of Vedanta is to talk regarding non-dual reality. Advaita Tattva. The intention is to talk regarding the Advaita Tattva. But then what about the Advaita, where there are varieties, diversities, manyness, so many names and forms? What to talk regarding that? If always will talk regarding the Advaita, then Advaita means only one thing. What about oneness? What about manyness? There are so many people are there: father, mother, brother, sister, uncle, auntie, friends, enemies, neighbors, Indian, Pakistani, Chinese, American. What all these? Trees, mountains, birds. There are so many varieties are there. That means, is it that the Vedanta just neglects them. Vedanta discards them. I have nothing to do with. No. When it is telling Advaita, non-dual, non-dual is the support for dualities. Whenever we are whenever we talk regarding oneness, that oneness includes manyness. Manyness is not different from oneness. It is like this. If we are talking of sugar, we are including all the sweets in the entire world. We are not excluding anything. If we are talking regarding the eternal self, then we are also including the ephemeral world. Because for something to be visible, first it has to exist. The world which is made of panchatattva, which is made of names and forms, this world cannot exist unless cannot be seen unless it exists. And for something to exist, existence principle is needed. Existing thing in Sanskrit called satta. Satta. Satta means whatever is existing is called satta. And satta is possible only when it is blessed by sat. If sat is not there, satta will not be there. Is not possible if there is no isness. When you tell the book is existing, and is existing because it is not existing by itself. On its own, it cannot exist. Like the sugar candies cannot exist on their own. They need the sugar to exist. Sugar is the support, and the candies are supported. So that way one has to understand oneness. And this oneness and ekatma bhava. Ekatma bhava means the same, the one self is that one reality. So Advaita Tattva and Ekatma Bhava both are same. When we read the secular sciences, always we read regarding something which has no connection with us, which we use no doubt, but which is different from us. We read regarding physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology. It is regarding others. Even in the biology also we read regarding the body. Body is also is a taken thing. It is not. It doesn't really belong to us. It is a borrowed thing. It is borrowed from the nature. The food what we have eaten is this body. The nose which is sitting on our face is made of cartilage. Cartilage has not come from milk. Every pound of flesh and fat, whatever we have, or bone, everything is taken from the nature. It is a borrow from the nature. That's why Dada Vaswani always he will tell this body is a loan that is taken from the nature. It is a loan. So when you have taken loan, we have to repay. And how will repay that loan? By using it in the service of the humanity. When you use in the service of the humanity, then that loan is paid off. Otherwise, always we will remain in debt. Birth after birth, we are remaining in debt. And since we are not paying the debt at all, so we take birth again and again to pay off, but we don't understand that we have to pay off. We take more debt, we create more debt. At the end, we die unfulfilled. Completeness doesn't come, satisfaction doesn't come. If we have taken loan from a bank and we are not paying up the loan, we cannot be peaceful at all. Always that sword will be hanging on our head that we have not paid. So somebody has to pay. But here in the world, nobody can pay for us. We have to pay on our own. That's why we have to take birth again and again, come to this earth. So Ekatma Bhava and Advaita Bhava. But the Vedanta, the scriptures talk regarding something which is our very own. For that reason, it is called Adhyatma Vidya. Adhyatma Vidya. Adhyatma Vidya means it is regarding ourselves, not even the body. Body is an external thing. Self is me. But body is not me. Body is mine. That's why we tell my body. Nobody tells me body. In the Vedanta, the method that is adopted, belief is not a big thing. Belief is not given any kind of importance or faith or no particular experience. But Vedanta importance is given on not even on meditation. First is inquiry. After that, meditation and all those things will come, but self-inquiry. One has to inquire. Inquire. We hear the word inquire. In India, we use the word inquire. Inquire. The self-inquiry is the method. And till now we have seen that in this text in Mandukya Upanishad, there are two types of inquiry. One is the inquiry of Om and the other is the self-inquiry. Two inquiries are introduced. In the first sloka or first stanza, Om inquiry was introduced. In the second stanza, self-inquiry is introduced. Then from sloka number 3 to 7 is the description regarding self-inquiry. He's taking, though he mentioned regarding the Om inquiry first, but the description started with the self-inquiry. 3 to 7. Then 8 to 12 is the Om inquiry. And last time we are studying this one, how the Bhashya has a different way of writing. It is not a, nothing will be, no word will be given up. Like when we are talking, so many words we don't tell. But in the Bhashya, every word has to be mentioned and the explanation of that word will also be there after that. Let us go to the first stanza. Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam. That is the first sentence. Tasya upavyakhyanam. This is the second sentence but incomplete. Bhutam bhavat bhavisyat iti sarvam onkara eva. This is the third sentence. There are three sentences there. Yaccha anyat trikalatītam tad api omkara eva. Four sentences. Total four sentences. Three sentences complete, one sentence is incomplete. See how much they have thought of why they one will write an incomplete sentence, but it is written here. Then this is the stanza, it is given in the Upanishad. Then Bhagavan Shankaracharya is writing the commentary. What a genius! What a genius! They, how much he has thought of. So past sentence he will first tell, first mention and then explain. You may find that it is mentioned again and again and again, but that is the way the Bhashyas, nothing is left. It is not one line here, one line there. No, it is a continuous thing. That's why he is mentioning again. when he is going to explain, he will again mention what is written in the Upanishad. Om iti etad aksharam idam sarvam iti. So he is giving the meaning that Om, this akshara, this syllable is idam sarvam iti. That means the meaning is idam sarvam. He had sarvam word is there, so idam sarvam iti. That means he added the word iti to tell that Om is this and all this. Not only this, all this. That word all, iti, he is emphasizing that all this. Then he gave the explanation what is the meaning of that Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam. What is the meaning of that? Yadidam arthajatam abhideya bhutam tasya abhidhana abhyatirekat. Again, let me bring that what we have discussed later, that when we talk of all the forms, the supporter of all the forms, can anybody unmute and tell one person who is the supporter of all the forms?
This is
Brahma.
Brahman.
Brahman. Good.
Brahma.
When we talk of all the forms, the supporter or the source of all the forms is Brahman. And what is the source of all names?
Om.
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 Good. Om includes all names, Brahman includes all forms. But remember, names and forms, names are called Abhidhana and forms are called Avidheya. Avidheya. That means name and named. Avidheya is called named and Abhidhana is called name. Name and named, they are not two different things. Suppose you want to tell regarding something, first you have to utter a sound. Of course, it is a meaningful sound. That sound is a name. Don't utter any sound, don't take any name and try to describe, try to tell regarding some object. It is not possible. So Abhidhana and Abhideya, Abhitireka, that means they are non-different. Name and form, they are not different. That's why when a child is born, immediately the name is very important. A name has to be given. But name is not the named, but name refers to the name, named. If we don't tell a name, we will not know the named. We will not know the Avidheya. Without Abhidhana, Avidheya is not possible. In that sense, Abhidhana and Avidheya both are equal. If we remove all the names from this world, that means all the sounds, all the objects are gone. All the objects are gone. So somebody may tell that I may not tell the name, but I can see the object. But what is that object? If suppose I see the object, but I don't know what it is, then it is of no use at all. That means name and named both are same. They refer to the same thing. They go together, just like the two sides of a flower. One side cannot exist without the other side. Two sides have to go together. So name and form always go together. So Brahman is the support of all the forms, and Omkara is the support of all the names. So Omkara is Brahman. That we have seen before. And that Om Brahman and Atman, they are not two different things. So Om is Atman too. That he is telling now, Yadidam Arthajatam. Artha means objects. That means whatever is object, Abhideya Bhutam. Abhideya Bhutam means it is indicated by a name. Abhideya. Abhideya means which is indicated by a name, which is represented by a name. Tasya abhidhana abhyatirekat. This abhideya is non-different than the abhidhana. So the Om is not only talking regarding the abhidhana, but also abhideya. So Om is abhideya too. Abhidhanasya cha omkara अव्यतिरेकात् अभिधानस्य च ओमकार अव्यतिरेकात्. Avyatirekat means without. Omkar avyatirekat means without Om. Avidhanasya means of names. The names are non-different from the Omkara. That's why from that what we conclude, Omkara eva idam sarvam. So Omkara is all this. The world is made of names and made of objects. The objects have names. Omkara is all the names. So Omkara is the entire world of forms. So now the world is Omkara. But what about Brahman? Brahman is not Omkara. So why the word Sarvam is added? There is no need of Sarvam. Only it should have been written that Om is iti etat aksharam idam. That's all. Full stop. The Sarvam word is written to mention that Param cha Brahman is Supreme Brahman. Param cha Brahman, Supreme Brahman. Abhidhana abhideya upaya purvakam eva gamyate. This Parabrahma, Brahman is also a name and it indicates Brahman. Brahman as a name is none other than Omkara, because Brahman as a name, that Brahman name is included in Omkara too, because it is a name. When you go to the teacher, if the teacher just sits quietly and doesn't tell any word, no Brahman, no Atman, what will you understand? But when the teacher is telling Brahman, then we take our mind in the direction of the meaning of that word. We understand what Brahman is. That we will understand on our own. That is not a sound. Through a sound, we'll understand that which is not a sound at all. Okay. So that's why, but the name Brahman, it is a name that is also included in Om. Now, Om as the Abhidhana, as the name, represents all the Abhideyas, all the objects. And Brahman is not an object, but Brahman is a reality. So, the reality Brahman is also indicated by Omkar. So, when we remember Om, that means we are remembering the entire world, entire creation, and the Brahman, which is the very source of the creation. Entire package, creation and the source of creation. Creation means not only the earth, all the Ananta Koti Brahmandas, the entire creation and its cause, which is Brahman, Om, which is Brahman, both are indicated by Om. So Om is very important because it includes both. It includes the Saguna and Nirguna. Parancha Brahma, Abhidhana, Abhideya, Upaya Purvakam Gamyate. So this Parabrahma is understood, is realized through Omkara. How? Because this Omkara takes us to Brahman. Omkara is a name, and when this we meditate on that Om or we analyze that Om, it takes us to near Brahman. Abhidhaya, Abhidhana, Abhideya Purvakam. That means by the correlationship of Abhidhana and Abhideya, since they are related, that's why through the name we can go to the named Gamyate. So both are, so even Parabrahma, that Brahman word is also Omkar, and which represents Brahman, the reality. This is the explanation of the Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam. This first sentence, Bhagavan gave the meaning. The meaning he gave that Om includes the world of names and forms, and also Om includes Brahman. That is the meaning of idam sarvam. That the first sentence is explained here. Second one, tasya upavyakyanam. Here it is incomplete sentence. There is no. It is just a word. There is no verb or anything. There is no tasya upavakyanam. Upavakyanam means the clear exposition, clear explanation, or the investigation. And it is, what is that investigation? That's all. That is whether investigation to be done or not done. There is nothing added. So it is just a word. There is no auxiliary verb. There is no subject, nothing, and no verb. Tasya upavakyanam. That means the explanation of that. Then Bhagavan is telling why it is just an incomplete word and what does it mean? Why it is kept like that? Then he is giving the meaning of tasya upavakyanam. The meaning of that he is giving. See how much when you listen, you will see that what a brilliant person he was. Tasya. Tasya is that is given. So the meaning Bhagavan Shankaracharya is telling etasya. Tasya is given in the book. But when Bhagavan is telling to us, Bhagavan Shankaracharya, he is telling etasya. Tasya means etasya. Tasya means of that. Etasya means of this. That means of this Brahman. Here it is telling tasya. Tasya means of that. But Bhagavan is, since he is telling to us, he is telling etasya. Etasya para apara brahma rupasya akhyarasya om iti etasya upavyakshanam. The meaning of sarvam, which was given in the first sentence, the last part of the first sentence, sarvam, here is being explained as para and apara brahma. Para Brahma is the supreme Brahman. Apara Brahma is the Karya Brahma. Para Brahma and Karya Brahma. Para Brahma is the, I will not tell Karana Brahma because Karana Brahma has a different meaning. It is the ultimate reality is the Para Brahma, and Apara Brahma is the observed universe, the known universe. The effect of Brahman. Like if the sugar is the para, then laddu is the apara. It is the karya. Laddu is the karya, and the substratum of that karya is the sugar. So para and apara Brahma, the supreme Lord and this entire creation. Para and apara Brahma, rupa. Rupa means of the nature of, that means the Karya Prapancha and the Parabrahma. Rupasya Akhyarasya. Akhyarasya means of this Omkarasya. Like Tasya refers to Omkara. So he is telling Tasya here means Omkarasya. 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 Om iti etasya. Om iti etasya. So tasya means Om iti etasya. That means of Omkara. Upavakyanam. The vivid explanation. Now he told what is the meaning of tasya. Tasya means Om iti etasya. That means of the Om. Then he will tell the meaning of upavakyanam. And here very interesting. Upavakyanam. Upa, and let me tell before so that it will be easier when we'll read this one. It has come from the dhatu kya. Kya means explanation. Kya. Kya is the root. Like how gum, gachati. Gum is the root, and from that gachati has come to go. Pat, patati. That means to read. Khad, khadati. That means eating. So there is a verb. It is called root verb. From that, the dhatu rupa is done. So here, what is the root? Cha. Upadacha. It has come from the cha. Ka. Ka. Kha. Kha. The cha means explanation. Then there are three upasargas. One is the upa. Then second one is the v, and the third one is a. B plus a is bya. Then upa. Upa byakhyanam. And nam is added to make it a noun. Upa byakhyanam. Upa means close, like Upakula. Kula is the bank. Upakula means the bank of the river. The Kula is the bank. Upa means near. Upa means near always. Upakula means near the bank. Upa. Then B is bispastam. Bispastam means very clear. A means asamantat, complete, full. Then kya is explanation and is made a noun by adding nam. So what is the meaning of upavyakhyanam? The very close, that means proximate, full, clear explanation. That is the meaning of upavyakhyanam. It is very close. And why it is close, we'll see. Bhagavan Sangha has written everything. I'm just taking from there and telling, but he is going to tell that. So now the meaning of upavyakhyanam, tasya we saw. Upavyakhyanam, the meaning is Brahma pratipatti upayatvat Brahma samipataya. Brahma pratipatti. Pratipatti means attainment of Brahman. Brahma pratipatti means realizing Brahman. It is realization of Brahman. It is not a feeling of Brahman. Like people tell that, I don't feel anything. I'm doing meditation and I don't feel anything. If you want to feel something, you want to experience something, then do yogic practices. Patanjali has given different kind of practices. Do that. Then one could have some supernatural mystical experiences. But Vedanta is not talking regarding some experience. No. It is telling to know the truth. That's all. No experience. People tell that, when I was meditating, some kind of current, it went up. And I saw some bright light. And I hear some sound of conches. And it is not that they're not really experiencing those things. They're experiencing. Otherwise, why they're telling? If they're telling lies, that is a different thing. But people experience. But for that purpose, one has to do a particular kind of experience for some time. But Vedanta doesn't tell those things at all. All the things are completely discarded in Vedanta. If one is into experience and different kind of power, and I will change my fate will change. Somebody will get married, somebody will get job, somebody will have a child. Then Vedanta is not the text that is to be studied. Vedanta is telling to know the truth as it is. Not some kind of favor, not some kind of experience, not some kind of faith. No. Vedanta is to know a thing as it is. Not as we perceive, to know as it is. We perceive in one way, but to know, when we try to know, it is completely different. Pujya Gurudev will give this example, and I have shared that with you many times. That one dad Always he has three children. Always he will bring something for the children. The children are small, so always he will bring something when he comes from the work, some treat. So children are happy because he is not there at home whole day. Mom is taking care, so they will not know what dad is. So for that reason, just to keep them in good humor and make little closeness to be part of their life. So he'll always bring something, and the children they want to eat some. Tongue is such a thing. One can satisfy anybody through tongue. Bring something for the tongue. Who is more physically oriented, that person will be pleased or will be very close to us if you give them food, like mother. Why children feel so close to mother? Because mother always gives food. If mother doesn't give food for 2 months, 3 months, I don't think that the relationship will stay. That will not stay at all. And the mother keeps everybody together to the kitchen. Kitchen is the place from where she roots the entire house. So the dad will bring something. One day he saw these sugar candies, like in India, you must have seen in some festivals or something they sell in the entirely pure sugar, but they will make different shapes, like one raccoon, one skunk, one snake, one fish, like the different shapes because they have got molds and they'll put the sugar in that and they put some color, and there will be one will take a small thread and one will hang that one and put in the mouth and pull it immediately so that it will continue for some time. Otherwise, it will melt in the mouth. So put there and bring it immediately. So to continue that sweetness for some more time. So he brought, and they cost nothing, but he brought. And he thought that children will be so happy that today they will give this big candies and other chocolates and all those. They're so small, but this can is very big because it's cheap. So he came and he gave each one of them, and thinking that they will be so happy. But the moment he handed over these candies, they started fighting among each other. Who got the raccoon? He told that I need the skunk. Who got the skunk? He told I want the snake. In this manner, they started shouting, they started hitting each other. He got so disgusted. Anyhow, he has not worked at all. So when you don't do something, we have kept pending. Always will be disturbed. Mind will not be peaceful. So his mind is agitated, and here the children are behaving in this manner. He wanted to please them, but instead of being pleased, they are all are restless and shouting, fighting, and he got very angry. He snatched all the candies. He took all the candies. Give to me. I have brought for you to be happy. What is going on here? Then he took it. Then and all the children they are just stunned that dad took all the candies. He has never done that. Then he put in a mortar and then with a pestle he pound them and all of them they become like sugar powder. And then he gave little powder to everybody. Everybody ate that powder. And they thought, oh, it is so sweet, so nice. They enjoyed. Now they are not fighting. Why they fought? Because they saw that one child's candy is different from the other child's candy. That's why they were fighting. But actually, it is the same sugar. It's the same sugar. All are the same sugar. Only the mold is different. That's why that sugar looks different shape. But it is only sugar. So that means from the from the candies, one has to candy is to taste, but understanding is sugar. So pratipatti means realization of the sugar, that all the candies are nothing but sugar and sugar alone. This realization is called pratipatti realization. It is not a feeling. One can feel by seeing when we see a snake candy, will feel one way, but the other child felt different way because he saw a skunk candy. So the feelings were different, but a realization is same. If after the dad broke all the forms, then they realized that it is the same. So there is no fight at all. Like how we tell, like we see different people, we tell that okay, he's my father, she's my mother, he's my brother, she's my sister, he's my relative, he is not my relative. How we tell? But that is from the, it is just a feeling. Relationship means it's based upon feelings. If you don't feel, there's no relationship. If there's no emotion, emotions always will feel. If there's no emotion, there's no relationship. So our relationships are based upon emotions. But understanding, and this feeling will always change. Today we feel in one way, tomorrow we'll feel in another way. The presence of a person will give one kind of feeling, and again that same person will give different kind of feeling at different times too, in different situations. And the absence of that person also give us a different kind of feeling. But anyhow, always we are associated, relationship means for us is the feelings. But we cannot go beyond that. We cannot go beyond that. One can manipulate. Depending on our emotions, with whom we are related, that person can manipulate us, can play upon our emotions. But understanding, when we realize who is really the person, then we will not be persuaded, or will not be enamored, or will not be influenced by whatever happens to that person or how that person behaves, because now we know that person as he or she is, not how that person looks or what that person does. Knowing a thing as is called knowledge. That is, here it is in Pratipatti. Brahma Pratipatti means to realize Brahman, not to feel Brahman, not to solve Brahman. It is not doing some work in the some selfless work. No, it is the realization, knowing thoroughly, without any kind of doubt, any trace of doubt. That is Brahma Pratipatti. Upayatvat. This Brahma, this Omkara is the upaya. Upaya means the means to realize Brahman, that we saw in the beginning. How Omkar is a word, is a name, how it can be related to Brahman. That we have seen that the relationship, the samparka, like Visaya, Adhikari, Sambandha, Prajana. Sambandha is there is a sambandha between the Omkar, the sound, and Brahman, the reality. It is there because by taking the help of that sound, it is a upaya. It is just a help. By taking that sound, by analyzing that and meditating on that, one will reach Brahman, which is beyond sound. Upayatvat Brahma Samipataya. Brahma Samipataya means it takes us that word Brahman, that sound Brahman, it takes us very close to Brahman, very close. Samipataya. Not it will not make us Brahman, but it will take us very close to Brahman. Then what will happen? Then that word will push us. It will take us to the cliff, and then will automatically fall. It will take us near Brahman, then we will automatically glide to Brahman. It will do that one. Like suppose you want to go to a prime minister or a president, then we have to go to the secretary of state. The secretary of state is very close to the president. I'm not telling the who are fired and all those things, but I'm telling that the secretary of state. Then if you go near them, then that person will take us to the president, because that person is very close to the president, or his office is very close to the president's office. In the same way, Brahman, if you want to go to very close to Brahman, then take the sit in the vehicle of Om. Suppose you have to go to Badrinath from Rishikesh. We take a bus or something. It will take us to a place, but it will not take us to the Badrinarayanji. It will take us to a place called Badrinath. But that is very close to Badrinaran. Then we'll get down in the bus stand, then we'll go to the Badrinathji. Same thing. And that will not mind going. It is effortless. Will not, oh, okay, I will walk this 10 feet distance. Will not mind. It is very natural. No effort at all, effortless. The same thing that this Omkara, this sound, it is like a booster, like how the rocket is taken. Then rocket will be taken beyond the gravitational force. After that, or to the atmosphere of whatever planet we are going, and then the vehicle, the final craft, it will just move on its own. No booster is needed. So this Omkara acts like the booster. Upaya Brahma Samipataya. So that's why Upabhyakhyanam, we are telling Upa means near. The Upasarga is there in that Upabhyakhyanam. Why that Upasarga is there? Because this Omkara, now we are understanding the explanation of Omkara. Upabhyakhya means explanation. But in that word, why Upabhyakhya word would have been sufficient? Why Upabhyakhyanam? Because it takes us very close to, it is not an ordinary explanation. It's not ordinary explanation. It takes us very close to Brahman, and it will live there, will just glide into Brahman. That's why Upavachanam. Brahma Samipatya. Since it takes to very close to Brahman, that's why Upavadi is added. Then the Upasarga B. B is written Bispastam, very clearly. Very clearly. There will be no ambiguity at all when the way the Om explanation is given. Of course, it will start from 9 to 12, no, sorry, 8 to 12, 8th sloka to 12th sloka. Told very clearly, very clearly. And the Vedanta, what is important is the experiences, not to experience something, but experiences. And we have to experiences are the food material, and one has to analyze the experiences. Like all of us, we experience different things, different experiences we have. Sometimes anger, sometimes jealousy, sometimes love, sometimes hate, sometimes fear, sometimes peace. Different kind of emotions we feel. That means we are fit for Vedantic inquiry as it is given in the Mandukya Upanishad. If one is not able to experience anything, then that person is not fit, because one has to analyze an experience, not to be consumed by an experience, not to be overwhelmed by an experience. Like generally what happens to us, any experience comes, it just takes us away. We get carried away by that experience. Anger comes, we get angry. Lust comes, we become lusty. Greed comes, we become greedy. Passion comes, we become passionate. Fear comes, we become fearful. Then we'll not get benefit from that, because we are getting influenced. Like money, we'll get benefit from money if you are not influenced by money. If money is taking over us, and it is just becoming the master, and we become the slave, then we cannot use the money. That money will really destroy us. If always we remain as the master of the money, we can use it. We can do a lot of things. Is needed. But our problem is we become a servant of that money. Money becomes everything in our life. From the day we are doing job, or why doing job, even the children also, when they are born, if you give them Bhagavad Gita book and $1, you will see that dollar, that child will hold so tightly. Bhagavad Gita, he will throw that one. He will throw. You know that this he is not interested. He is the God at all. He is interested only in money. He will study well. He will work very hard. He will get a good job and earn money, deposit in the bank, and go to this hotel to that hotel, this place to that place, buy this and that. That's all. Nothing else. Nothing else. Vispastam clearly. It will take, there will be no doubt, the explanation will be such that it will be very clear what Brahman is, how to reach Brahman, how to abide in Brahman, and what is our relationship with Brahman. All this will be very clear when the explanation comes. That's why B upasarga is there. Upa B. Then next word is A. A means asamantat, full. Full means nothing is left. Full. Like when we eat full, how we will know that we eat full? If after eating taking all the rice and dal and sabji, if still there is place is there for the payasam, that means we are not full. If it is full, then we will payasam, give in a container, I will take home, because now there is no place at all. One person, he really eats, he will eat full up to the throat, always he will eat. He will not give any kind of gap or something. Particularly when he goes to party, he eats for 4 days. But he don't have to cook for 4 days, like a ajagar kind of thing. He will eat. And one place, he ate everything at the end. Payasam, he is never telling no. He is just taking and taking and taking, and 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Then now they don't have the feast is over, the party is over, and everybody started getting up and they washed their hand and they went. But this person is not able to get up because he has eaten so much. His legs are not able to lift that body. He has eaten so much. Then everybody lifted him, and he cannot stand. Then they took him to hospital. In the hospital, doctor asked, what happened? He is not able to tell because he is full up to throat. The last laddu also the doctor can see. If that means that much he has eaten. He is sitting there. It is in the throat. Then doctor told that, okay, take this medicine, you will be all right. You are feeling nauseated, feeling suffocated, not able to breathe properly, and take this medicine. And he told, oh doctor, if there is place is there for, he indicated, he cannot tell. If there is place is there for this tablet, then I would have taken another laddu. That means there is no space at all. That means that is a sign of fullness. One, if even at the time you give amrita to that person, he will tell not today, tomorrow. Where he is full. That is sign of fullness. Now we go to the party, first this atomic size, molecular size samosas. Then some juice will be there. And then some snacks will be there. Then dinner will be there. After the dinner, some dessert. After dessert, some tea or coffee. After tea or coffee, then some pan. How much is the space? Just like a drum kind of thing. It is just going, disappearing somewhere. That which we are not full. We are not full. And again, when you come home also, some ice cream or some pizzas will be taken at home. That means we are not full. If we are full, we will not go to the refrigerator again and again. So this explanation will be so complete. We will not need anything. That's why the word A is written. Then kya, of course, explanation. So it is it is a very close explanation, not closed explanation, not closed explanation, close explanation, and which is very clear and which is complete. So that's why the word upavyakhyanam was given. That is the meaning of, see how much he took to tell the meaning of one word, upavyakhyanam. And again, in the karika, so many things will be added. Vispastam. Vispastam, prakathanam. Prakathanam means full. That means to tell completely. Full. That is a full. That is the meaning of upasarga. Upavyakhyanam. That is Upavakyanam. That is the complete meaning of Upavakyanam. Then it is told, Prastutam, then there is nothing. It is incomplete sentence. As I was telling, it is incomplete. Oh, Tasya Upavakyanam, the explanation of that. What is that? This is not a sentence at all. Then Bhagavan is telling why it is written this way. Everything is a sentence, but why it is just in the middle, it just stopped. Then Bhagavan Shankaracharya is writing, Prastutam Veditavyam iti Vakya Sesha. Vakya Sesha means something is within inverted comma. That is Sanskrit called Vakya Sesha. If something is not there, but one has to add and then understand. For example, red is running. If one tells red is running, how red is a color? Color cannot run. Red is a color. Color cannot run. Then one has to add red horse is running. Red horse is running. That is to be added. Like when we tell Madras is coming. Oh, Madras came now. Now not Madras, Chennai. Chennai is coming. How Chennai can come? Chennai is a place. It cannot. It doesn't have legs so that it can run. No, the train which is going to Chennai is coming. One has to add that. There are many sentences where if you are not able to, somewhere you have to deduct, somewhere you have to add, then only it will make sense. Otherwise, that sentence will give us wrong meaning. And these two are, there is something called Dhat Lakshana and Adhat Lakshana. These our scriptures are so much research they have done. So much of so brilliant they were. They are able to think of so much. They are able to go to the very source of the thoughts. They are not tired of thinking. Like when somebody has died, and we will see that we will feel very sad. We don't know what is to be done because at that time our thinking process freezes. It freezes. If the thoughts will flow like how it was flowing before, at the if somebody has died, we will just freeze. We cannot think anymore. That's why we feel that like traffic jam. Thoughts are getting jammed inside. So we feel very uncomfortable. But if we can think, what is told, the world is a tragedy if one doesn't know how to think, and is a comedy if one knows how to think. If a person is able to think, that person will never be unhappy. Always mind will clean. If the water is always flowing, that river will always remain clean. It will not stink at all. In the same way, if one is able to think in every and every situation, we will say that whenever we have got unhappy or dejected or depressed, we are not able to think at all. All the thoughts are frozen, as if there is so much of jam, traffic jam of thoughts. The thoughts are not moving at all. So that is experienced as tensions and worries and anxieties within. Vakya says inverted comma, within inverted comma. What one has to understand inverted comma? Prastutam veditavyam. That means the explanation begins. The explanation begins. That word begins, it has to be added after upavakyanam within inverted comma. That means we are going to now the complete, full, clear explanation is going to start. That one has to understand. Vakya says that is within the inverted comma. It is not written, but it is to be understood. After that, what is there? Bhutam bhavat bhavishyat iti sarvam onkar eva. Then he will give the meaning of that. Bhutam bhavat bhavishyat iti. First bhutam bhavat bhavishyat iti. Bhutam bhavat bhavishyat iti kalatraya parichedam. What is the meaning of bhuta, bhavat and bhavishyat? Bhuta means the past. Bhavat means the present, what is happening in the present. Bhavishyat means what is yet to come. What do they mean? Kalatraya parichedam. They are limited in time. They are the actually this text, like we have got different kind of analysis, different kind of vicharas. One is called a drukdishya viveka vichar. Viveka and vichar both are same. Drukdishya viveka, that means analysis of the seer and seen. Somewhere it is panchakosa viveka, analyzing the five kosas, five C's. Somewhere it is the um, 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 creator and creation, the Srushti and Sastanyaya. That means to analyze who is the creator, what is this creation, and what is the creator. By analyzing the creator and creation, by analyzing the Panchakosa, by analyzing the Dhruvishya, we will reach at the same truth. There are different kind of methods are given in different texts. But here emphasis is given on time. Time. So, bhutam, bhavat, bhavishyatiti. These three things, these three times are parichedam, and actually they are not three different times. There are three things imagined on time. Time is like a substratum. Like when you tell 1 mile, 1 mile is not the distance. It is a measurement of distance. Distance is infinite. Distance, there is no beginning, there is no end. But when you tell 1 mile, 1 mile is a measurement of distance from one point to another point. That is not distance, that is measurement of distance. In the same way, the past, present, and future is not really the time, but these are the ideas that is superimposed on time. From this to this, when you tell past, past means when it will start, from where to where. We may tell that from this moment till the beginning. Again, beginning is not the past. It will go much more than that. But anyhow, we have a general understanding of the past, present, and future. Let us stick to that, because rest of the things it will tell later. That's why there's no need of hurrying. Bhutam, when you tell past, present, and future, they are parichedam. Parichedam means they are limited. Limited in time. They have got limitations. It is bhuta is limited because bhuta have no entry to the bhavat. Bhavat means vartaman. The past has no entry to now, and now has no entry to the future. Now ends, future starts. Past ends, now starts. The present starts. Past, present, and future, they always limit each other. Past will not allow to enter into the present. Past cannot enter as past into the present. No, it cannot enter. It has no entry at all. It has no permission. In the same way, present has no access to future, because when future present cannot go to the, if you are to tell future, then present has to be discarded. It has to die. It has to die. Then only we told that, oh, and something else started. That means each bhuta is limited by the bhavat, bhavat is limited by the bhavishyat, bhavishyat is limited by the bhuta. So that's why we call parichedam. Parichedam means they are limited in time. Each one limits the other one. That's why in the time one cannot attain completeness. One cannot attain that purnata. Like one day we are seeing that one purnata. Why we feel always apurna, inside always we feel incomplete. Something is lacking in me. I have got two children, but I don't have the third child. I have got one son, but I don't have a daughter. I have got admission in this college, but I didn't get admission in that college. I have this much money, but I don't have that much of money. I have got this kind of health, but I don't have that kind of health. So always we feel limited. And then we struggle. Some people, they struggle to what they don't have, they try to get that one. But even after getting also, feel limited. If somebody will make us the king, the monarch of this entire earth, will look to the sky. Oh, the earth is in my control. But all the asuras were like that. They were Hiranyaksha. He took the earth. Then he was trying to take Indra's place as the Swarga. This is the problem. When we get everything, one may think that, okay, this person is now complete. No, the person will not be complete. Always we look for something else. That is the nature of the human intellect. Cannot accept, cannot remain satisfied with incomplete achievements. That's in the world, though we achieve so many things, but still it is incomplete. It is like getting zeros. How many zeros we may get, it is still zero. But if one is added, then that suddenly the zero will gain value. That zero will have a different meaning. If with God we have realized ourselves, then we become a dad or mom. We become a doctor or engineer. Then we become a laborer or a business owner or whatever. It doesn't matter. If that one is there, a spiritual person is a complete person, and that person can do anything. Now we cannot do everything. Some kind of work we can do, but all kinds of work we cannot do. Will not do. Not we can do, but will not do, because that is not the idea of completeness. For everybody, the idea of completeness is different. We see these boys and girls. They study so much. They will study from this university, that university, top university. They will get good grades and everything. At the end, they will, okay, I feel empty because there is no partner. You are studying so just all these years just to make yourself more and more incomplete. That's why we need a partner now. What we need, if a girl is there and that person, of course, others will force. A boy also, everybody feels incomplete. I have got everything, but I don't have that. I have got all these things, but I don't have that car. I have got all this house, but I don't have a house in California. In this manner, always you feel incomplete. Since we identify with that which has got parichhedada, that means which has got limitation, that's why you feel limited. We are not limited. Limitation is a feeling which is created because of relations, maintaining relationship with that which has got limitation. Kalatraya parichedam. If we think that I am born on this date and now I am already 20 years or 30 years or 40 years or 50 years, that is this many years have passed. Now I am leading, now I am this, then after some days I will be going to 60, 70 or something. If one feels that way, like how people tell that, today is my birthday and all, how people feel, then that means they are always considering themselves as limited. They feel that limited. So for them, if one is into too much celebrating birthdays, then Vedanta ideas will not go. Will not go, because one has already considered oneself as limited. Unlimited. That's why the sadhus and mahatmas, they don't like that at all, because that idea, they don't want to. They want to make that sadhana a part of their life, as a way of life, not as a occasional thing. Like, okay, today let us do prayer. Every today mission there is prayer. Do prayer. So meditation is there. The Swami is coming. Meditation. Do meditation. That doesn't work that way. That doesn't work that way. If always we want to be recognized as father and mother, always you tell that to do, no, I'm a man or woman, or I'm a doctor or engineer, I have got this much income or that much income, and then we want to read Vedanta, it will never work. How much we may break our head, it will not go at all. It will not go at all. Because we are considering ourselves, accepting ourselves as limited and trying to become unlimited. No. If we are trying to become unlimited, then Vedanta will help us to realize, not to become unlimited, to realize that limitlessness, then Vedanta will help. If already you have decided I am a limited entity, I am this role, whatever role we are playing, we will think that that role is me. I am a father, I am a mother. It's a role. This father and mother is only with respect to a child, as long as child is there with us. And as long as we are doing something for the child, then father or mother. In the office, we cannot be father and mother because there we are doing for different thing, different work. It has not related to the child. But always I want to be known as the father that will not work. It will create confusion. That's why a lot of people, when they go to workplace, they remember home, and when they are home and they are persecuted, they remember the work. How the morning will come, how they will just disappear. It doesn't matter, little tea and coffee, no breakfast, don't wait to get out of this. Parichedada, the limitation. That limitation is making us to do more and more and work. People go crazy, crazy. Even after 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, children are all studied and they are well established. Still, I want money. What money will do? We cannot eat dollar soup. We cannot eat dollar soup. And anything we eat, we have to go to bathroom 3 times. But feel limited. That 5 million is not sufficient. More has to be earned. So people, after they retire, actually their attachment to money should reduce. Their attachment to people should reduce. But we see exactly the opposite. It increases. Attachment to children when they are growing up and all, paying attention to them is very much needed. But once they are married and they are taking care of themselves, after that, beta, beta, beti, beti, what does it mean? That means you have not lived with them at all. You have not taken care. We feel very lonely. And that is not helpful for when we live, when we have taken care of something, then we grow out of it. Like when we work in a place, we retire. In the same way, if you have taken care of the family, then we'll retire from the family. You take care of yourself now. Because whatever is to be done, I have done. That way one will feel that my job is done. Then one will give time for higher thing, not another thing, higher thing. Kalatraya parichedam, bhutam bhavat bhavishyat iti kalatraya parichedam. That is, this bhuta bhavat bhavishyat means that is kala paricheda. It is the limitation, the time. That is called these 3 names. Yattad api. Then after bhutam bhavishyat, what is the next word? Which is it? Sarvam onkara eva. That is obvious. That is onkara. Yatad api onkara eva ukta nyayatah. Through logic, these 3, bhuta, bhavishyat, bhavat and bhavishyat, that also omkara. That he is explaining. And nyayata. Nyayata means through logic. Which logic? Which was told by the relationship of abhidhana and abhideya, which was told in the first. First means yadidam arthadatam abhideya bhutam tasya abhidhana abhatirekat abhidhanasya ओंकार ओंकारा ओंकारा अव्यतिरेकात ओंकार eva idam sarvam. So this explanation was given. So he's quoting that how the world is omkar is the center word and omkar is also the very cause, the Brahman. That was given. So he's telling nyayata. Nyayata means in the logic of this was mentioned previously. But if something is beyond time, like time is from the time of creation, we can, when the creation came about, from that we can tell time. But before that, when the creation was not there, was there in time? Was there in past, present, future? Past was there too. It is not that past started from the day of creation. When the Big Bang, then from that day it started. No. Yacha anyat trikalatitam. Whatever is anyat, other than the trikala, beyond time, karyadhigamyam. And that can be known from the karya. Karyadhigamyam. Adhigamyam means can be understood. Understood from what? From the karya, from the effects. It can be inferred. It cannot be seen. Like when we see ourselves, we infer that we must have a dad. And then we must have dash dad. We must have dash granddad. We must have great granddad. That is to be inferred only. We have not seen their picture. I don't know whether they're looking like a monkey or cow or we don't know. We don't know. Just we have to guess because we look like this. So our great grandfather must be human being like us, or they were chimpanzees. I don't know. Nobody can guess. But it's just we have to infer. Yacca anya trikalatītam karyadigamyam, which can be understood by the effects. Kala aparichedam, but that is kala aparicheda. That which is beyond time is not bound by time, is not in time. And what are they? Abhyakrutadi. Abhyakrutadi means Prakriti, Maya, Adi, Hiranyagarbha. Those things we'll learn later. Hiranyagarbha, then Prakriti, Maya, these things are also Omkara. So what is in time, that is Omkara, and what is beyond time, that is also Omkara. This is we are now uh, um, before going to the inquiry of Omkara, these are the explanations that is given, what is written in the first sloka. That is the introduction to the Omkara Vichara, inquiry into Omkara, which will be given from sloka number 8 onwards. Okay. And that is concluded in the next stanza. These are some quotations from different Upanishads that we'll see next time, and then will come the second sloka, which is introducing the Atma Vichara, self-inquiry. So here we'll end. I hope it is not becoming too heavy, and you are really enjoying.
Swamiji, Hari Om Swamiji.